Well, good morning, Practical Finances friends and family. This is Curtis, your host, and thank you for joining me for episode 7 of the winter season. Now, today's topic of discussion is going to be building your financial future. Now, there's some good information in this episode that I hope will give you a better understanding on some of the steps you need to take to build your financial future. Okay, so get your notepad and your coffee your smoothie so we can get started. Now, give me a second while I share my presentation. All righty, thanks for appreciate your patience and thank you. All right, building your financial future. Okay, assets and asset building. Okay, so key takeaway for the first part here is going to be assets can lead to wealth and financial future security. Excuse me. Okay, so what is an asset? An asset is something that you own that has value. There are three types of assets: it's physical, financial, and productive. Now, value determined based on the type of asset. So, examples of assets: physical assets could be a house or a car, for instance. Financial assets could be investments, mutual funds, stocks, bonds, things of that nature could be. And productive assets, actually, and we'll talk about that toward the end of the presentation, that could be maybe skills that you earn or skills that you acquire that can help lead to financial security. But we'll talk about that in just a second, okay? All right. So the benefits of asset building, financial security, income and assets. It's a foundation for your financial future, and it's essential to achieving long-term financial stability and growing wealth. Now, what can owning assets do for you? It creates a buffer to handle emergencies. If you have a an emergency fund, for instance, that could be an asset that can help buffer, for instance, emergencies. It can help you reach your goals. It can increase your options. It can help you earn more money, and it inspires you to look to the future, and also can reduce stress because if you do have assets, for instance, that are put away if an emergency does come up or an opportunity does come up, you can pursue that particular opportunity or handle that expense, as we said at the beginning here, in order, and you have the comfort knowing that it's going to be handled. Okay. All right. So again, assets lead to wealth and financial security. So let's start drilling down a little bit here. All right. How assets create a financial foundation. So section 2 here is net worth. Now, net worth is a good measure of your financial stability. Now, calculate your net worth by subtracting your liabilities, that's money you owe others, from your assets. Now, again, assets, liabilities, and equity. Now, asset, again, is something that you own that has value. A liability is something that you owe others, usually money. And equity is the value of an asset minus the liability related to that asset. So you see the formula there. Equity equals value of assets minus related liability. All right. So the net worth is a measure of financial wealth. Okay. Net worth equals assets minus liabilities. Also equals equity from all your assets put together. So you take all your assets and you take all your liabilities in order to calculate the net worth. So again, the formula net worth equals assets minus liabilities. All right, so value of net worth. A positive net worth equals a financial cushion. That means that your assets, that things that you owe that have value exceed your liabilities. Now, a zero or negative net worth equals no financial cushion whatsoever. So you have to turn that around. We'll talk about some ways to turn that net worth from negative to positive. Now, calculating your net worth again. Step 1, list all your assets and then calculate total assets. Step 2, list all your liabilities and then calculate total liabilities. And then step 3 is calculate total assets minus your total liabilities. So let's give an example here. This is Justine's net worth. Now, total assets for her it includes or equals $141,000. All right. Her total liabilities, all right, equals $119,000. So you take the $141,000 in total assets. You subtract the total liabilities of 119,000. That leaves her a positive net worth of $22,000. Okay, simple math. Assets minus liabilities equals net worth. All right, so how do you change your net worth? All right, a couple of ways. You can increase your assets. That's one way. Second way is decrease your liabilities. Or ideally, you can do both. Increase your assets while you are decreasing your liabilities. And that space in between here is your net worth. Now, here's some specific ways that people can increase their net worth. All right. Practical things. You can spend less than you make. You can buy less than you can afford, or you can save money. Okay, you can use employer programs like 401k, for instance. Use your debt responsibly, things that we've talked about in past episodes. You can pay down your debts, like we said before. You can explore public benefits. You can claim tax credits. You can shop around, and you can build more assets. These are just some practical ways that you can build or increase your net worth. All right, so again, net worth is a good measure of your financial stability. Now, calculate your net worth again. I'm going to continue to emphasize this by subtracting your liabilities from your assets. All right, this is interesting here. Cars as assets. You think, how could that be? Well, let's explore that. All right, so a car can be a productive asset when it helps you to get other assets. All right, plan ahead to get a car you can afford with as little debt as possible. Now, cars can be productive assets. This is how they provide safe and reliable transportation as a part of your financial security. May increase choices of jobs or access to medical services, education, childcare, or elder care. All right. So, does owning a car make you better off financially? Let's think about that. All right. Let's go back real quick. Let's explore that just for a second here. Let's talk about some examples of how a good vehicle can help you. For instance, say for instance the job you have just interviewed and you've been offered the job of your dreams. But that job of your dreams happens to be 30 minutes away or 45 minutes away or an hour away from your home. If you have reliable transportation, guess what? You can make it to that job. You can take it. You can do well. You can increase your status in that company, get promoted, make more money, get more status, so forth and so on. It's kind of a snowball effect. Okay. But if you don't have reliable transportation, guess what? You have to turn that particular job down and you have to get something that may not be the job of your choice that's closer to your home, somewhere where you can have easier access by either by foot, by bike, or by bus. Okay, so just kind of give you an idea why reliable transportation is so important. All right, now how much car can you afford? All right, there's really no precise formula. All right, there are guidelines and questions. Guidelines and questions can help. You start with your spending and savings plan that we talked about in past episodes. All right, but remember when you're looking for a car, include these following items in your cost. Not just the monthly payment, but you're looking at insurance, you're looking at maintenance and repairs, you're looking at gas or other fuels if you get a diesel engine, for instance, and title and registration fees. So it's just not the car note, it's all these other factors also that are included in the cost. All right, so tips for getting a car loan. Of course, review your credit report in advance. All right, annualcreditreport.com. Get pre-approved for the loan. All right, shop around, keep good records on your loan quotes, and leave car at dealership until loan is final. Okay, don't take it out for a spin and possibly wreck it. Now, this is something that I tell my clients all the time when it comes to shopping for vehicles or buying a car. A lot of us are in a position where when we go to a car dealership, we're like Oliver Twist. May I have more, please? Can I, whatever you can give me, please, I'll take the car. I don't care if it's double digit interest rates. I don't care if it's, 15, 20, 25%. I just want to make sure that I can afford that monthly payment. All right. Which is essential. But this is the thing. In that situation, the dealership has control. Okay. They have control. They'll give you whatever terms they feel is best for them. You need to go in a position of power. And what that means is get your financing, either save up money and walk into a dealership with cash, or you go to your local bank or credit union and get finance first. Because what that does for you is this: when you go in to negotiate that car and you already have your financing, or you have cash on hand, you can negotiate a better deal for you. And you have walkaway power to go to another dealership if necessary. Okay. All right. So remember, a car can be a productive asset when it comes to it'll help you get other assets. Plan ahead to get a car that you can afford with as little debt as possible. Let's move on. All right. Training and education as assets. All right. We're going to spend a little time here going through the different aspects of this particular section. All right. Training and education can be productive assets when they give you a strong chance of securing a better career or higher paying job. Plan ahead to pay for them with as little debt as possible. All right. So training and education can be productive assets, which could lead to higher wage jobs. All right. Can be an important part of asset building strategy. Smart investment toward meeting your goals. And many paths to higher pay and great careers. Just for me personally, I graduated from high school, graduated from college, got my degree from Middle Tennessee State University. And I will tell you, where I am now in my career is a direct result of the education that I received years ago from a major university. That has opened, again, that's opened doors for me that would have normally been closed, and it's allowed me to achieve some goals and levels that I otherwise would not have achieved. So it's important to get that education. Doesn't necessarily have to be a college education, but you have to get some kind of schooling behind you. Now, here we go. Types of educational experiences in institutions: on-the-job training, apprenticeships, vocational or career and technical schools, very important, community colleges, four-year colleges, military or Job Corps, AmeriCorps, or Peace Corps. All these are very important and can help you to reach your financial goals. All right. Now, pursue education and training. You may need to invest your own resources, such as time and money. You may need student loans. That's just the reality. Education is expensive, or can be expensive, and you may need to borrow. All right. But look at the opportunity cost. The opportunity cost could be, look at this: time spent in school may be time not spent earning money. So it goes both ways. Now, the flip side of that is like I said earlier, if you don't get the education, then you may not achieve or may not get those jobs or get to that level that you need to get to if you don't spend that time or sacrifice that time to pursue that education and training. All right. Training or education is not always, the smartest investment for you. Again, this is all an individual kind of situation here. It depends on the school, the training, the program, the record of job placement, cost, and related items. This doesn't mean you shouldn't pursue training or education. You just have to make informed choices. Okay. All right. So ways to pay. All right. You can ask help from friends and family. You can save money now, or you save money. You can work while attending school. All right. You can apply for scholarships and grants and get money that way. You can ask for help from your employer. I know my wife went back to school, got her degree, and her job actually had a tuition reimbursement program. So the money that we spent for tuition, she got back. So you have to find out from your employer if they offer those particular services. Borrowing money using student loans, like we said earlier, you can borrow, but try to borrow as little as possible if you can, so you can be in as less debt as possible. Or you can do kind of a combination of all the above. Okay, again, it's a situation by situation deal here. All right, now scholarships and grants. Now, scholarships, most are merit-based. Now, they're awarded to students with certain qualities, such as academic or athletic ability, usually very competitive. Now, grants are more need-based. They're usually awarded based on a financial situation. So, and may be competitive also. All right. Now, smart money for training or education. Um, 529 plans. So if you're a parent, for instance, and you want to start saving for your child's future, you can use a 529 plan that'll help you save money for future education costs. And rules actually vary by state. So I'm not going into the different kind of financial plans right now because I'm not licensed to actually talk to you about that. But I'm kind of giving you an idea so you can start doing your own research. And also ABLE accounts. That's a 529A plans. They're for individuals of any age with significant disabilities that began before age, well, 26th birthday. All right. And those funds can be used for education. All right. So again, research these particular plans to see if they may be applicable to your situation. Okay. All righty. So student loans, there are two kinds. There's federal and private. You don't have to borrow the maximum amount offered to you. Let me repeat that back to you. You don't have to borrow maximum amount of offered to you. Okay. So if you get $25,000 in student loans and you only need 15, take the 15 to give you an example. All right. Because you still, if you take the full 25, guess what? You got to pay back 25. All right. Again, only borrow what you need. Okay. Because you, in that particular scenario, you will pay for what you use. All right. And it says here, total student debt should be less than your starting annual salary. Okay. All right. Federal student loans offered by the federal government usually have lower interest rates and offer better repayment plans, benefits, and options than private student loans. Generally, repayment plans start after the student leaves school, typically 6 months to a year after a student leaves school is when they have to start paying back their student loan, federal student loans. All right, so the application process, it's called a FAFSA, or this is federal free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA. Complete FAFSA to be considered for financial loans, work study, or grants. They use www.fafsa.gov or FAFSA on your mobile app. All right. Check deadlines and apply early. All right. Carefully review student aid reports and respond immediately to legitimate requests for information. All right, now paying back student loans, it's important to pay them back on time. We've talked about the importance of credit. This is why. Federal student loans are not automatically discharged by bankruptcy. All right. Non-payment can result in a referral to a debt collection agency, drop in credit scores, or wages withheld or garnishment. And before getting a student loan, understand its terms and your options for repayment. All right. Now, contact your loan servicer. You may be able to restructure your payments to be more affordable. All right. So, for more information, including options for repayment of federal student loans, visit www.studentaid.gov. Again, that's www.studentaid.gov. All right. So, remember, training and education can be productive assets when they give you a strong chance of securing a better career or higher paying job. Plan ahead to pay for them with as little debt as possible. Does that make sense? Okay. Well, we have come to the end of episode 7. I hope the information that we talked about was informative. I hope it was clear. I hope it was concise. And again, most importantly, I hope that it was helpful to you. Okay. Now, if you want to get in contact with me, or if you want a copy of this presentation, please email me at practicalfinancescg@gmail.com. Okay. Again, that's practicalfinancescg@gmail.com. Also, follow me on social media. Facebook is at Practical Finances. On Instagram at practical_finances. YouTube just type into the search bar Practical Finances, or Twitter, which is at practical FINAN6. Again, that's at practical FINAN6. All righty. So let me stop sharing my screen here. There we go. So again, you all, thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you doing the next show. I just want to thank you. I hope everybody's been safe. I hope these streets in Nashville and in Tennessee Pier have been really slick. So I hope that everybody has made it through the week safe. We have a nice little warm up that's coming up here over the next couple of days to thaw this out, so we can move on and be able to get around and go eat and go shop, things of that nature. But I just want everybody to be safe. Again, if you have any questions, please get in contact with me. All righty. Listen, I really appreciate you all. Thank you for joining me, and you all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. All right. Y'all take care of yourselves and be blessed.